Last week, our intrepid group of creatures in our party managed to successfully beat down a very old biddy who was just having a nice stroll around the countryside before getting viciously attacked by some muggers and killed. Yeah, pretty much it, really.
We
That's pretty
didn't
much it.
mug him. If anything, he was a hijacker.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you guys doing? What are your plan of action? Give me things and stuff. What are you up?
Well, given that, we've now killed this particular vampire, wouldn't that mean, I hope it does, that Razgor's tribe is like free now, maybe? I think. Isn't that how the vampire thing works? Shrimp, Cleef, you guys might know more.
You're assuming
Definitely know of vampire.
Well, Cleef knows many things from what Brienne's seen, so she figures it's worth asking.
I mean, that's how it would work with me if I took control of somebody and somebody stabbed me in the kidneys and I died. I'd definitely lose control.
Well,
So, probably. I mean, I'm not a vampire.
are you
Wait.
sure?
This was a vampire?
I think so, at least that's what I've heard from the stories. They're all like spoopy and, fangy, and they have all kinds of weird stuff they can do that normally people can't do. So, vampires. Or just a wizard, I don't know.
Maybe both?
That's an absolutely far too terrifying of a prospect.
Well, Razgor would walk up to the party and say, I understand if y'all don't want to travel with me anymore after spilling so much of your blood. But if so, I now need to sort out my tribe. If y'all could search this area, this base operations of this vampire, find anything about planar travel, maybe anything on Waterdeep. I need to go to the winter camp and see what's left of my tribe.
What's a couple of pints of blood between colleagues?
Plus, you were possessed by a vampire boy, Misty Boy. That doesn't count on my books.
Odds are at some point we would have tried, one of us would have tried to kill the other, would have tried to kill everybody else. So we've crossed that bridge.
Who's trying to kill who now?
We haven't decided yet.
We're just voting on whether or not we should execute Razgor for treason.
I mean, it was very treasonous, I'm not going to lie.
Doesn't count if he wasn't in control, though.
Yeah, but let's be honest, he probably enjoyed it when he was being forced to do it, so.
That may be true, but that still does not relinquish the fact that he was not, in fact, in control.
Site check.
Razgor, did you enjoy trying to cleave us in twain?
I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of cleaving your friends in twain?
No.
Anyway, how do we know he wasn't in control? That he might have just been. It might be a cunning ruse.
Because he's trying to stab us now?
Has the robot got off of him yet?
Yeah, no, the robot's off of him, I think.
That's how he got up to walk towards us to tell us that. Speaking of which, how long has it been since the vampire got sucked into Cleef's bag of holding?
Only a couple of minutes currently.
Okay, so. But it's a new day, right?
No,
No.
It's literally minutes since I scooped it into a bag.
Okay. How long before daybreak?
It's daytime
Well,
here.
it's now
Yeah,
daybreak.
we attacked in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So.
24 hours?
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna ask Razgor, maybe if the vampire's still like all misty and stuff, he could do that thing that he does that like he did with the other one to
You
make the
already used
mist.
it.
Yeah.
I
That's
that,
okay.
that was the first thing I did to him, and he promptly killed me.
Yeah.
So why are we not just keeping it in the bag again? Sorry.
No, I'm just asking as a thing.
Well, if you people decide to continue traveling with me, I need Cleve to ask it some questions after we're sure it's dead.
Can do. I'll just stand here for a bit and wait for my back to stop thrashing.
Say, Shrimp, Brienne, y'all seem very good at searching out information. I made a promise to Azure Edge to get her home. This creature seemed to be very familiar with planar travel. Could y'all turn this place upside down and find any books or notes on any references to Waterdeep?
Well, we did do some searching and we did find a large number of magical scrolls, but I suppose we could look again and see if we could turn up anything that
Oh,
might give
so
us.
you want us to just search for information on this deep water or whatever, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Our
Yeah,
planar travel.
we go searching for any information on anything called Waterdeep.
Roll for initiative.
The
No, not
initiative.
really. No, not
We
really.
must find
Oh,
the
no.
information.
Dear Lord, no, please.
What is this going to be? Investigation?
Investigation.
The books were all
Okay.
mimics.
I can also help with investigation, I suppose.
Sure.
27.
Cubus. So what's Cleve just chilling outside with his thrashing stack of happiness?
18.
I only
Brienne
got 11.
doesn't actually do investigation very well. She can survive. We've established that.
I mean, at least she's good at surviving, so that's
Yeah.
Cleef is very much
But-
focused on not letting any mist escape the bag.
okay. So, let's see. You start going through the notes and books and scribbles and such that you have found inside the interior of this study area, if you want to call it that. And you find a number of references to the stone, how he has managed to sunder the stone. And you page through this diary / technical manual full of annotations in regards to different kinds of magic and experiments that he's conducted.
Do any of these
And-
notes sort of give us any hint as to how to channel the power of these stones?
Well, the stone, what you can make out of it is the fact that he somehow managed to split a chunk from the stone that he had in his possession, the one that Shrimp now carries with him, and embed a piece of it into an amulet, which I believe Brienne currently has.
Nope, that's
no,
me.
Wilfred.
Wilfred currently. Yeah, he managed to break a piece of the stone off, or sunder a piece of the stone, and embed it into the amulet, and he has managed to attune it to a different plane. That, according to his journal, he had just briefly started exploring, but the inhabitants had proved to be hostile, having forgotten him even with their extended lifespan.
Forgotten.
Other than that, you find some information in regards to Razgor's people. You find references to the experiment being successful, being able to pass down the curse of undeath to particular people, and how one could magically draw upon a web of cattle to keep yourself fed and to keep your arcane power flowing.
That's rude.
And the notes indicate that this is probably not the first time that Razgor's people have been used in such a fashion. You find several references, some of the pages in the book being dated several hundred years, and then some even further back being dated several thousand years ago. It seems like the orcs have proven to be useful chattel over the years, numerous times.
So the orcs are pushovers, then, basically.
Orcs don't do well with much walk.
They seem
It's
to
a
be
big tip down,
susceptible to
bro.
mind magic. They definitely seem to be susceptible to mind magic.
I mean, if I was going to design a slave race, it makes sense. That's what I would do.
It also seems like this particular flaw was introduced at the so-called Sundering into the orc. It's not something that was originally part of their racial makeup, so to speak.
Fascinating.
Very.
So, what do you
What
gentlemen
else? Do we find anything else?
What are you looking for?
Anything with regards to planar travel or any references to other worlds that this fellow may have been to, or any other research into like portals to other realms, anything like that?
You find several references to experiments conducted using the amulet that is currently in Wilfred's possession, attempting to attune it to a particular spot so that he could easily traverse backwards and forwards between the two locations. The area is never mentioned specifically. It's written in such a way like the author thought that anybody who would read the notes would realize which location he's speaking of. So he never refers to it directly.
Is their book Planar Travel for Dummies?
Unfortunately, the copy of Planar Travel for Dummies appears to be splattered in blood and half burnt and not doing too well.
Speaking of authors, is there anything that lists this vampire's name?
In the diary that you guys are currently investigating, you do find this fine gentleman's name. Let me scroll up to this fine gentleman's name. A sec.
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob, son of God, yes. Here it is. The name inscribed inside, is simply refers to him as Aaron Orcsmith.
You done messed up, Aaron.
In fact, Liddy, you'd
Orcsmith.
also high
Yeah.
in your check. Several of the books in the library are books that you have come across in your years traveling before you met the group. Treaties on practicalities, things like construction, some very basic magic circle creation, that kind of thing. And the name is actually, now that you've got this in your hands and you've got the other books and it actually like makes sense to you, this is actually a author that has written a lot of books that are used all over the world by many, many different countries. Some of them decades or even centuries old, the information in them.
Huh. So this guy authored a bunch of like books about basic things.
So
like construction.
essentially, we may have just done battle with and possibly killed one of Shrimp's greatest literary heroes.
Have we
It's
just killed
very
Proto
possible.
Shrimp?
Proto shrimp.
I mean, this is Shrimp's
technically-
end game, isn't it?
Pretty
Take
much.
out the vampire stuff.
I've killed the competition.
Oh no. I look closely at Shrimp. I think I see an evil mustache starting to grow.
And some fangs.
I don't suppose whilst you were searching Shrimp, you happened to come across a copy of Backflips, Source of Ultimate Cosmic Power by Bungo Cade.
Did I?
No, unfortunately not.
Did you find any
Yeah.
references to it?
Damn.
If you didn't find the book itself, did you find any references to it?
Unfortunately, it seems like backflips were not in the particular pursuit of arcane power of this individual.
And that's why he's dead.
Very possible.
Very true.
Shrimp, when I was talking
Okay.
about the orcs during the Sundering, did it say anything about the blood gates or where our home used to be?
Not that I noticed. Did I notice?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. That's a 24.
24, that's pretty high. Nothing to the Bloodgates particularly, but you did find one reference again to the amulet that Wilfred has, mentioning that the artifact can open the gates. I didn't call them specifically the Gates of Blood, but it does just say that the artifact can open the gates. Or enter the gates, say. Other than that... Trying to decide what you would all find. 24 is pretty high. Sorry, Raskor, what was the question exactly?
If there's anything about the blood gates and anything about
The Orc homeland.
the orc homeland, yeah. Is it on this plane or is it through the blood gates or anything like that?
You can infer from the information in this man's journal, Liddy, that his home or his place of origin is not from this plane, and that the orcs most likely were the indigenous species of where he came from.
Okay. So they're not. He's not introduced to this plane, and he's also not introduced to the plane where the orcs came from. Did I understand it correct?
Technically, yes. I mean, I would say both the orcs... The orcs, I would say, are now indigenous to the plane you guys are currently on.
Yeah, obviously they're.
And he would be indigenous to the plane the orcs came from originally.
Okay. Yeah,
You see,
okay.
they would be Belarus orcs of immigrant descent.
So if you banished an orc, they'd come back here.
Yes. But their ancestors that were originally brought here were not. Okay, yeah, the original line of orcs was not from.
Yeah, orcs that
This-
were born here would have this as their home plane. The originals would not. I
And
think.
his original plane, the vampire boy, is from the same plane as the original orcs. So no, this isn't your home plane. Neither was this Gleeds.
So, boys, what is your plan of action? You guys gonna head back to Homeal?
Well,
You're gonna explore
to-
the spooky castle? You're gonna...
I think to start with, it might be an idea just to head back to the winter camp and rest up and, well, obviously first just see if any of Razgor's tribe are, not orc food or sorry, vampire food.
I'm not sure y'all should come back to the winter camp. 'Cause as of right now, I'm not officially in charge yet. So when I show up, they might just slaughter y'all.
Well, what if you go in there first and do whatever you need to do to, take charge?
Yeah, that sounds good. Y'all hang out here, rest up. I'll check on the camp and come back.
Are there any questions you want me to ask the vampire guy when I speak with his ghost?
You get 3 questions. How many do you get per?
5, I think.
Okay.
How do we use an amulet to open a portal to Waterdeep, for one? How do we open a portal to his home plane, for 2? Why is he such a cunt?
That's rude.
Oh. I don't know about the third one.
The can't be undead. Read the spell.
Well, he isn't undead, he's dead.
The spell fails if the corpse. Ah, okay. That is true, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, just undead just means, can't be a
Like,
skeleton that's still, undeady doing undead stuff.
It won't stop me from trying.
Oh, third question maybe. How did he harness the power of the amulet? Of the stone?
Well, don't tell me.
I was telling Cleve.
Okay, so Fresco, are you gonna rest up and head out, or are you just gonna bust a groove and start jogging back to camp, or walking back to camp?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. Maybe
Alright.
maybe a short rest.
Take an hour, bandage yourself up after your brush with near
6,
death.
7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, how many hit dice do you want to expend?
All of them.
Okay,
That's
all
a
11.
shit roll. Oh wait, 11. Where's the tens? 49.
Okay, so you start walking back to camp to go and investigate. So the rest of you guys make your way inside, or deeper inside, towards the melted and liquefied and half vitrified coffin, having waited a sufficient length of time for the creature inside the bag of holding to fire. Inside, you find a mostly melted corpse, but sections of the head and neck still in a humanoid form. So, what do you do, Cleve?
I'm going to attempt to cast Speak with Dead.
What? How does Cleve cast Speak with Dead?
He makes sure that the corpse is in a nice comfy chair, and Cliff is also in a nice comfy chair.
So you just
Then-
like drag out 2 of the chairs and just like
Actually,
put
no,
them
like
down.
I put the corpse in like a chaise lounge, so it's like a psychiatrist setting.
Okay. So you finish casting your spell, and to the rest of you, nothing really changes. You just see Cleve having rearranged the body a little bit to do his magic. And once more, you are party to this one-sided conversation where the corpse speaks, but only Cleve can hear it. So, what is your first question, Cleve?
Oh, no, I need to make introductions first. Hi, I'm Cleve. You might remember me from the shanking. Okay, cool. Okay, the spell worked at least. What plane is this? And how did we get here?
Damn you. You're currently on. Okay, so here's the thing. The second question is very vague.
Okay, skip the second bit for now. Just
Well, you're
what
on the
plane is this?
You're on a material plane.
Is that the only answer I'm getting out of him?
That's the only answer you can get out of him.
Okay. How did you
Oh.
learn to use the stone?
Hmm. By replicating conditions that have already come to pass.
I relay the answer to Shrimp because I don't know what that means.
Vague and cryptic, but also yet very true.
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
I look. Any other questions, guys? I got 3 left.
So what questions did Razgor ask you? Ask it.
So about the stone or something, and how he used it. I asked that one already.
Well, what about asking? See, we didn't find anything in the building, maybe, but ask him if he knows how to get to what's that place the Axe keep wanting to go to? Waterdeep.
Do you know where Waterdeep is?
Me roll a dice. Don't know if this man has ever been to Toril.
Toril, ask him about Toril.
Oh wow. Nat 20.
Oh, he's been there.
He's,
Yes,
he
he
is
has in
Waterdeep.
fact been there.
That's where the orcs came from.
Here we go. Sorry, you asked him if he has ever been to Waterdeep.
No, does he know where it is?
Yes.
Damn it, that was a bad question.
Ask him how we get there.
How do we get to Waterdeep?
Planet travel.
Thanks. Helpful. I got one more question.
Ask him to recite pi to the 7 billionth decimal place. Then we can leave him here forever.
I don't think that would be a brief answer.
I mean, he's undead. I mean, it's brief is relative, really.
No, he's dead.
He's dead now.
Last question, make it good.
Where did the orcs come from?
Feywild.
Alright, thanks you moldy old twat. I'm gonna melt you now. Bye bye.
Last question should have been, why are you gay?
Hey, don't judge.
True. That wasn't judging.
I vomit laser on him. Get rid of everything else.
Okay. You melt down the body, making it unfit for resurrection. Or any other form of resurrection.
Sweet. This castle looked much bigger on the outside. Like, we should start looking around for wait, if there's any magic ways in to more of it, or if this is it.
Razgor,
Yes.
You gradually make your way back to the camp, of course.
Did Azure Edge let me pick her up?
She did. When you get to camp, it is silent. There are no cooking fires. There is a substantially sized crater where your initial duel with Mugbreaker occurred, and the injured and slain form of hundreds of your orcish tribesmen scattered about the crater. Of the cart that your comrade Wilfred had brought with, only the occasional piece of twisted scrap metal provides a hint that it had existed. The ones that are still alive are making no effort to get up, even though many of them do not seem to be injured and to the point of immobility. There are no cooking fires, nobody moving around the camp. In fact, in many locations you see orcs just simply collapse where they were standing, lying insensate on the ground, unmoved.
I'm completely out of spells. I
You
want
need to get him up again for a good cramping.
All right, you boys. I walk up to one that seems not ripped to shreds, and put a hand on his chest and just give him a point of lay on hands, little radiant magic into him.
You see life return to his skin briefly before his pallor changes and becomes gray, and you can actually see the vitality slowly drain out of him, like a water skin with a small hole punctured into it, leaking away.
So my healing damaged him.
No, it just seems like whatever was sustaining him for the weeks or months under the thrall of the creature is now coming due. That time spent without proper sustenance that a material creature would need is now coming due.
I offer him some water or ration. Is he able to have the strength to eat some drink, or is he just catatonic?
You see his head tremble slightly, his nostrils flare, but it looks like he even lacks the strength to move his head to accept.
I'm going to use Divine Sense to see if these are still orcs or if they're all still undead.
You get mixed readings from your divine sense. The feel is somewhat undead, but at the same time, not. And while you're sitting there extending your senses, the orc expires. You see him stop trembling and become still.
I think I would spend the night, rest of the day and the night, kind of getting the ones, if any of them look like they're holding on better than others, and kind of organizing like almost a hospice tent, or like just laying them next to each other and kind of sorting out the ones that are already gone and the ones that might be able to be saved when my magic returns in the morning.
All right. Spend the remainder of the day sorting through the slain bodies of your orc tribesmen, collecting those who seem stronger, It's backbreaking work. It's tiring. It's incredibly depressing. Throughout the day, more and more of them slip away. The ones who look healthy, gradually growing sicker, weaker, and passing away. You continue working into the night. Sorting them, moving them, trying to feed them. Tireless. But as the next morning dawns, the last of your tribesmen breathes their last.
Sniff, sniff, Rascal's all alone.
There's woods around, eh?
There are some withered trees still about that have not been cut down and used for firewood just yet. There are many stakes and palisades and such set up around the camp.
Guess I would just start working on building funeral pyres.
Jeez, okay, that's gonna take you.
How
while.
long do we sit here before
Well,
we give up on
We're
it?
going to cut back to you guys now. The rest of the day passes without any sign of Razgor appearing.
Yeah, I'd actually reckon if we haven't heard from Razgor by nightfall, to actually go out to at least like head out that way and just try and scout out and see what's happening. Because my thinking is, if Razgor had to go and bash a couple of skulls in, it wouldn't take him the whole day.
Well, two
What
things
do
have
you-
probably happened. They've either killed him, or he's having a fantastic party. In which case, would he want to be disturbed?
Well, if he's having a fantastic party, then shouldn't we by rights be there? I mean,
Do you want to be
it's
at
the
an
least
orc
he could
party?
do.
Only if you like fun.
That's fine. I hate fun, so.
Yes, but you do love money.
Oh, you have a point there.
Do orcs
So if there
seem
is a
like
party
the
there, it's an
people with
opportunity
money?
to sell things.
Does a nomadic
they
tribe seem like they rely on money?
There might be some of them there that do.
Oh, the amount of valuables they might be willing to give up, and those are worth money. Players and all.
Alright, so you guys rest. Wait for Razgor, and when he doesn't show, you guys start traveling to the camp slowly.
Nightfall. Yeah, come nightfall. If he hasn't come back by nightfall, that first day that we're resting, then yeah, go out and go and see. At least try and scout my way ahead and see what's happening there.
Is there anything else in the spooky castle, Griffey, or is this essentially the only? Is it just this?
Oh no, that's just a single room.
Oh,
But there are no
Well-
doors in the inside.
No.
How the fuck do we get in?
can I investigate while everyone else is having their discussions?
Yeah, sure. What are
Grief is
you
gonna
going
try and
to
lockpick any hole he can find.
Okay.
I mean, he
There are
probably
many
traveled.
holes.
He probably traveled using that amulet thing.
Ah, for Pete's sake. 12.
You don't find much, but you do notice that as you get closer to the smashed area that you hacked up by the altar, the amulet starts vibrating and growing a little bit warmer.
Huh. Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can think of what this might be?
Sure.
Sorry?
Sure.
Oh, 12 again.
You're already in the 12s today, aren't you?
I tell you, it keeps on going 20 and then it goes nope.
It's obviously linked somehow. Tell you what. Do you want to try and activate the amulet?
Yeah, I'll give it a couple of thunks.
Sure.
So you
Make an
activate
Arcana
most
check,
mechanical
please.
bits, you just hit it on the side and things like that.
Make an Arcana check for me and then slap the amulet and then see what happens.
You
12!
don't forget to speak the litany of percussive maintenance.
This dice is ridiculous.
Um,
I'm gonna swap it with this other dice.
has anybody still got True Seeing or See Invisible or anything like that running?
I mean, if it's been a while, probably not, to be honest.
No, not if we've had all day.
Okay, so
I'm...
Wilfred, you just go.
Does my
and
robot come with me?
no, just
Oh
you.
no.
If I've just seen Wilfred just disappear, then I'm gonna turn on mask mode.
What mode?
My blind sense.
You and you find yourself standing on the walls, looking down at the campsite where your compatriots have been gathered. It looks like you're standing on thin air.
This is very disconcerting.
I mean, you can feel the stone under your feet, but you don't see any.
I'm trying to think. It would be probably too metagamey to use See Invisible, considering that's what you just asked.
Well, you've already asked you see invisibility before. I don't think it's a straight.
If you're floating in
Okay,
the
well
air,
then I'm gonna cast that.
you've already seen the kid's giant invisible castle.
You find yourself standing on a parapet, looking down at your companions. Behind you, a series of interlocking stairs forming a square that plunges straight down, much deeper beneath the earth than you would expect given the room that you were in before. All around you, you see grey bark, twisted, half-dead plants and trees growing. Some of them forming elaborate sculptures, others forming archways, stairs, walls, and in one particular instance, an entire gazebo with a table and chairs set out beneath it.
I attacked the gazebo.
Oh wow. Can I call? I'm gonna shout down to the guys. Can you hear me?
You guys hear Wilfred shouting from somewhere outside above you.
Robot, get up here.
He looks confused. Step out and you see Wilfred is currently standing on thin air, looking down at you guys.
Ryan, what you doing up there? You walking on the air there?
I'm out. That's the castle, man.
Ah, okay. So, anything cool up there?
I'm gonna look around. Can I see any like trapdoor or drawbridge or cable car or something like that?
On either side of you, front and back, you see a tower and a doorway leading into said tower.
I'm gonna
And
see. No, carry on.
No, I was gonna say sorry. Okay, it's right random. And then from the tower itself, you do see stairs leading down, made out of this interlocking, woven grey tree root.
Okay, well I'll see if I can follow the stairs down so I can find the door to let the guys into the rest of the castle.
Sure. Make your way into the tower. It is unused for some time by the looks of it. Dust covers the surfaces. Inside, you see numerous cages, most of them with manacles and chains that are well on their way to rusting out of existence. Occasional dark smears and smudges giving testament to what the room was used for. You also find a blackboard in there. Anatomy, suspiciously orcish, laid out in a very intricate, detailed hand. You step out, down, and beneath you see the courtyard. All around you, just thousands of these tiny little animated dead tree spirits watching you from every angle. It's an odd mixture of malice, curiosity, and hate. As you make your way down the stairs, you feel the occasional tremble, like the castle itself is alive and not too fond of your presence inside of it. As you step off what passes for the courtyard, or into the courtyard, you see ahead of you sort of ancient, thick wooden gates, oak, you judge, that are currently standing open at an angle, facing directly away from your companion.
Facing directly away from your companions?
They're in the opposite wall from where you guys approached from.
Oh, so the doors are on the back, essentially.
Yes. Or you were coming in from the back, and that's...
Okay, well, I'm going to go through the door and then go around and call the guys.
Yeah, takes you several minutes. Walk it out. Distances seem to stretch oddly on the interior of the castle. Your footfalls change tone quite often, becoming hollow, like you're walking across stone, then stretching out and suddenly turning into rapid pitter-patters, as if you're running quickly, before extending and then having long intervals in between where you can hear footstep, silence, footstep, silence. Irregular, until you eventually make your way out of the walls and start walking back towards your companion.
Hey guys, I think I found the entrance to the castle. Although it's all invisible, so if you can't see that, if you can't see invisible things, you're gonna have problems.
That does sound like a problem.
Although it doesn't seem to like us very much.
Maybe we
Why
should
do you
just
say that?
burn it down.
I get the slight heebie-jeebies from it, to be honest.
And how would you propose we burn it down?
I don't know. I'm not a pyromaniac. I just do backflips.
What about using your whatever that stuff is that you seem to be able to breathe out at things?
It ain't fire, I'll tell you that.
Mm. Oh dear.
Shrimp, how would you go about tearing down an invisible castle?
With lots of effort.
What?
I don't really know. Outside of my answer, I don't really know. With lots of effort.
Well, maybe we should think of a way, and Wilfred can go explore because he can
Does-
see it.
Does any one of us here have the spell magic? Can we try and cast it on the castle to see if it becomes invisible again?
I can try.
Counter spell.
It might be worthwhile. I mean, I don't know how magic invisible is, but you know.
I can try.
I don't know. Maybe we should just go inside, have you be our seeing eye, bugbear, and guide us through it. I mean, there's probably controls for this kind of thing somewhere. For a few buttons or magic doohickey.
Well, here's a question. Given that we know this guy was involved in planar research, how do we even know that this castle is actually on this plane?
Well, because we can see it on this plane.
But
I mean,
we can't see it though.
Well,
can't.
Visible.
I don't know. Let's just find a couple of buttons, press them completely wrong. It'll probably blow up. This is how this thing season work.
Can I go back inside the cottage room and climb out the window that Razgor smashed?
Yeah, easily.
What can I see of the castle from out there?
First thing you feel is a very odd sense of dislocation as you hop through the window. Even though it's only a foot or two from the windowsill onto the sand, it feels like you just dropped a couple of thousand feet before you hit the sand, and you like make an unconscious like, even though you didn't actually drop down heavily at all when you hit the sand. It is hot. There is a slight breeze blowing. You can hear wind sifting along it. Faint smell of cinnamon. And looking up at the three suns above you, there's no castle. In fact, you can't even see any of the other windows.
Oh no.
Just the one that you came through.
Oh phew. Cliff climbs back through the window. It didn't like that.
Sure.
And it's invisible on the other side as well.
Maybe this castle's like some kind of. Can it exist in both places at once? But
Why don't we all just go and have a nap outside, and we'll feel better in the morning?
Sure. I mean, I'd say we'd go inside and poke buttons.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we should we should just smash up the place and see if we can find buttons that way.
Okay. I'll wander back
Sure.
into the castle, Griffey, and start searching for glowing buttons.
And non
And then there was only Razgor.
And then there was Razgor. Okay, so are you going in alone, Matt?
I'd be following it.
Who's
Anyway,
all going into who's going into the death trap?
We're all going to the death trap.
Yeah, now you said it's a death trap. I'm at least running in there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some hit points back. I don't know about the rest of you, but
We've had all day.
Oh, I suppose. Would that count as a long rest, though?
If dusk
Short
is
rest.
coming, if the
You
rest of
can
the
expend
guys,
hit dice. Sorry, carry on.
no, continue.
No, I was gonna say you can expend hit dice if you want, Matt, to get some hit points back, but it's short rest.
What time of day is this now? Still early morning, I'm guessing, Fast.
Yes, you've only been about an hour or two faffing about the place.
Well, I'd say, but let's rest for a bit, and then this afternoon we can go and we spend a bit more time resting. My plan is still,
Oh, yeah, I think
if
take a day.
Razgor, yeah, my plan is still, if Razgor hasn't returned by sundown, I'm going to head out in the general direction of the winter camp and just try and scout and find out what's happened.
But that's why we should go poke around the death trap right now. So once it actually hits dusk, we can go have a nap and then
Alright, let's go poke the death
go to
trap.
Razgor.
Okay.
God. Okay, let's
So-
go poke the death trap.
You guys, what's the duration on your scene visibility? It's an hour, right, Matt?
It's an hour, yep.
I'm going to expend a couple of hit dice, get some hit points back.
You do that. So, you find gentlemen's, make your way deeper into the castle. Or into the front entrance of the castle. None of you can see anything. It's very weird. It's like you're literally just like walking into the grasslands dying all around you. There's nothing to be seen, but you can hear your footsteps change. Alternating between boots on stone, boots on deep forest fallen leaves, and then occasionally ringing hollow like you're stepping on wooden floor. You look about, Mr. Wilfred, and there's a square set of stairs that go back and forth, but ever deeper. So they're basically running like a down diagonally, to the left, then down diagonally again.
Yeah, it's like the whales in India and things like that.
Yeah, but they seem to almost run in on each other at places. And it looked like you could be both coming and going simultaneously going down them. As you make your way deeper down the shaft, it gets ever darker. And darker. And darker. Your companion's following you. How are you guys following? Just walking casually behind him? You guys
Casual.
taking any measures of protection or to stay together in any fashion?
Pretty much no, because my plan is there's just if something bad happens and we're like, oh no, this is actually a death trap, we should leave.
Cleve still has all of his rations from the beginning of the adventure, so he's just going to start crumbling up and leaving a ration trail. So we can run along it very quickly if needed.
So while we inside of the castle, since it's invisible, I can just see outside, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And it looks like you're just kind of wandering through the grass fields on the plains that you traveled through for the last few weeks to get here.
Once we get inside the or inside that initial courtyard, I want to try. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to cast Dispel Magic to try and remove the invisibility, or to try and dispel this invisibility effect. See if I can
Sure.
make this castle visible at least.
At all your dispel check. What did you roll? It's your spellcasting modifier, so your charisma plus. What did you roll?
9 and 7 is 16.
Fortunately, not high enough.
Whatever this
You see it gently ripple
whatever,
out and soaks up the magic.
whatever spell effect this is it's way more powerful than anything I've dealt with. I don't know if I can. Shrimp might possess the power to be able to dispel this effect, but yeah.
All right. You make your way deeper down. Deeper, ever deeper. Finally, to the bottom of this almost well-like set of stairs. And looking up far above you, you see the night sky. Stars twinkling brightly. Little wisps of cloud drifting.
Okay, if it's and that's now the new sky that had the 3 suns, or
No,
same sky. Well,
this
then
is your normal sky.
okay, if that's what's happened, then I'm, like I said, then I'm gonna head back and see if Razgor's there, if he's come back yet, and if not, then I'm gonna go scouting.
You start climbing out.
Alright, we didn't find doohickey, so whatever. We'll just leave this here. What's the worst that could happen when there's an invisible castle in the middle of nowhere?
You start making your way back up. Make perception checks for me.
Everyone?
Everyone.
$11.
8.
22.
You see
13.
all of you except for Cleve don't see anything. Cleve, the sky above you turns overhead like a children's kaleidoscope. Day passing into night, passing into day, passing into night, passing day, passing day, passing into night. Every step you take brings change.
What happens if I run?
Speeds up. You guys see Cleve start hauling ass up the invisible stairs. In fact, make a acrobatics check for me to see if you misstep a stair and fall your ass off the invisible stairs.
I rolled a 2, but I ignore that because I treat that as a 10. It's 23.
You misstep a couple of times and almost fall off and just manage to barely balance at the last second, but you start running up the stairs to the top. Razgor, you're still at the camp. Days passed without any sign of your companions coming to you.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with them. I'm just building
Fires.
fires.
You do that for the next 2 weeks as you almost solely try and put your tribe to the torch.
Oh, for the
The
next
rest of you
week?
guys, week or two, yeah. It's going to take you that long. Hundreds of bodies.
Has it been 2 weeks and I haven't heard from them?
Correct.
Okay. I kind of assume they feel threatened by my masculinity and left.
Well, remember we set up camp outside the cottage, so assuming then our camp stuff would still be there, would Razgor have seen that the stuff was still there?
Oh, he hasn't come to look for you.
Yeah, I'm building hundreds of funeral pyres, so
Okay.
You guys make your way
Just
back.
imagine how many
to
you'd
the
have to
top of
build
the
if there
field.
wasn't an explosion.
thanks.
You make your way back to the top of the castle courtyard. It's raining now.
I don't remember it
Sky
raining.
overcast and
So-
grey.
So I don't mean to alarm any of you, but no one else seemed to notice. I think, can I guess at how many days just went past?
Sure. Make a intelligence check.
Cleve dumb. 7.
More than 7.
Yeah, it seems like some days may have gone by. Like
I mean,
I
I tried to
wasn't paying too
still
much attention, but I was stepping, and then it was daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime. So that's why I started running.
Oh, I was wondering what the hell you were running about. So for a second, I was like, should I run as well? Then I'm like, I can't see the steps, so it's fine. So, so time passed, huh? That's all. I didn't feel that at all. It's unusual. Let's just get out of here. Oh yeah, Razgor. If it's been days, then he could be able to tell us has it actually been days. We'll just go check on him. Is he dead or not?
Well, I feel like he'd definitely have come looking for us.
Well, then we'll go check on him, and if he says like, no, it hasn't been anything, anytime, then we'll know. And we just spooky hallucination. Yeah, spooky place. Let's leave.
All right.
Is there any way we can lock the front door of the cottage as well? Just to
Got
stop
a
peep.
got a normal door. Couldn't close it. Brick it up.
We haven't got time to break stuff up.
Yeah, let's just leave.
All right. You guys leave. Spend the next day or so.
Once we close the door, I'll cast Arcane Lock on it just to make sure no one sneaks in here.
Nice. Full of utility, aren't you?
That's what I do.
All right. You guys rest up. Start traveling back towards the winter camp. Razgor, nearly 3 weeks after the last time you saw them, you see your party come walking into view. You guys see that most of the area has been deforested. Palisades have been torn down for wood. Stakes in the ditches have been uprooted. And they are, in places, neat and in places haphazard. Pyres created. Still unlit, most of them. But just pyres. Pyres and pyres and pyres. Bodies laid out in neat lines. And Razgor looking like he hasn't taken very good of care of himself for the last few weeks.
Raz, did you do all this in one night?
I kind of look over him, kind of looking very surprised. I thought y'all went back to Hamel.
No, we said you told us to wait for you, so we went to go and explore the castle.
For
Yeah,
a
we were
month.
like-
When we saw that it was getting dark, I told everybody we should head back to come and get you.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not.
And did you do all this in one night?
I think Cleve is right. I think it's been like a long time, but for us it was like a few moments.
I've been at this for
Okay.
almost a month.
Well, shit, we were in there a month and we were just like going up and down stairs. Well, that's a goddamn weirdness.
Oh dear. Okay, yeah.
Oh! Yeah, we go check out Hamiel, by the way.
Well, do you need help with? Can we help with whatever it is that you're doing?
No, I need to finish this.
But I'm
Well,
still
do you want
asking,
us to
can
get-
we
how
help
much-
you with this?
How much more do I have to do?
You're almost done. Only about a dozen or so left.
Say, no, this is a rite I need to do alone. They did not die an honorable death. It must be set right by a fellow orc. Seems they wasted away as soon as we dispatched of that vampire. It shouldn't be too long. I'm almost done.
Alright. Well, I think I'm probably gonna go check on Hamiel, so you want us to get you, or are you just gonna do your own thing from now on, or what's going on?
Will you come back with us when you are done here? We can wait.
Yes, I should be done by end of the day. I should be able to catch up with y'all. Y'all
I
travel a
think
bit slow.
Shrimp wishes to travel via magical means.
Correctamundo.
Oh,
So we can wait. An extra day here wouldn't. We could wait an extra day, couldn't we?
No, I mean, we can. It's barely been a day for us.
see, Razgor has like a scraggly, long beard, and his armor's off, and
Alright, so you guys are gonna wait for Asgore to finish? And then travel via stone, I take it.
Correct.
What's the
Okay.
worst that could happen?
Just via
Well,
stone or via stone plus amulet?
Oh!
I mean, I'll be there with my amulet.
So,
I'll probably be
Asgore,
using just a stone. I don't know about that. Any other thingamabob? Don't understand that.
did
Asgore.
Muckbreaker have a body left?
Kind of. It doesn't really resemble an orc much anymore.
Okay.
But you successfully complete your task. And as evening falls, you have all your pyres neatly stacked. Bodies therein, all of them very ripe at this point. And as you start lighting them, you guys can see Razgor basically setting the entirety of the winter camp ablaze. Going from pyre to pyre, pyre to pyre, pyre to pyre. The blaze building, growing ever larger, and spreading from one pyre to the next, sending off the tribe.
I would save Mugbreaker for last and ask Cleef if he is in condition to be spoken to.
As long as he's got a mouth.
Does he have a mouth?
Sure.
Can you ask him if there are any orc tribes left that he didn't, or it didn't assimilate and turn into this?
Can I attempt to cast Speak with Dead?
Sure. Are you doing your therapist thing again, or you just leaving him on the
Yes,
pyre?
somehow, from somewhere, I'm pulling out the psychiatrist chair.
Sure.
Tell me about your
Um,
childhood.
He answers that some did manage to flee, though not many.
Yeah, there's still some about.
Does he know where?
Where did these orcs go?
Hiding.
Oh, they hiding.
Does he know anything about the Bloodgates?
Do you know anything about the Bloodgates?
The amulet. The amulet he had. open them.
I point to Wilfred and his amulet. That thing opens them.
Were you corrupted, or was it all the vampire?
Were you evil, or was it just the vampire making you evil?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Alright,
More question, Raz.
I don't have another question. Just
Are you a weak ass bitch that got turned to mist and then couldn't fight back?
Oh.
Maybe.
I'll take that as a yes.
then I'll light his fire off last.
Okay. As your tribe ascends, their bodies becoming smoke, mingling and joining the heavens, Razgor is left the last of his tribe, as far as he.
Who had the amulet? Was it
Wilfred. Willifred.
Yep. What's so important about these blood gates anyway? They don't sound very good.
Actually, have y'all told me everything y'all heard from the vampire? Or has Cleve told me everything he heard from the vampire? Or will he?
Ask Cleve. I don't know. Cleve?
Cleve, did you...
I was pressing the wrong push to talk button. Yes, I've told him everything, because it's still fresh in Cleve's memory.
Wilfred, what would it take for me to get that amulet from you?
I mean, I want to keep hold of it for now, man. Seems like these things are valuable. You people seem to be waving me around all the time. I want to get in on this action.
Okay,
But also, seriously, what are blood gates? They sound terrifying.
it's from what I gather, it's a portal to another world, another plane.
Okay, and what do you need this portal key for?
To open the portal.
And I'm assuming bring through hordes of angry orcs?
Well, the plan was to take my orcs through to their home to leave this place. Now I'm planning on trying to gather up the orcs that have fled, taking them back to their home. But if it's a stone you want, I can trade you stone for a stone. I pull out my fist-sized green stone.
Yeah, I've seen what that stone does. That doesn't seem very practical, thank you very much. It seems to do naught but hurt you. What does the what is your stone again? Because I do remember it seems to drain energy or something.
Basically, it does vampiric touch. Can drain HP and give HP to from one target to another.
Okay. I mean, Mr. Wolford's a practical man. Okay.
So
Think
one
of
stone
it this
for one
way:
amulet.
the potential sales opportunities in a brand new realm. You would not have any competition.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got to sell stuff in this realm, but yeah, you can have the amulet. I'll take. I've got some ideas for a stone that
And
does
before Wilfred
healthy
builds
stuff.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, that was my plan, goddammit.
I am.
Elaborate.
As
Oh god, 2 Infinity Gauntlets.
Now that I got the stone and all the pyres are burning bright, I'm gonna sit down. like in the middle of the fire and focus on the spirits of my orc tribe, and I'm gonna try to summon Fine Steed again. See if the vampire is what was blocking my channel.
Nothing.
I think you just have to face it. Squig's dead.
Not how it works.
Oh, and he's been deleted.
Elitist.
I mean, that's how that thing seemed to work. I mean, the big explosion thing that got caught in, it just deleted everything. It doesn't exist anymore. So, anybody who wants to go on the teleport train?
I'll go to Hermiel.
Question for Raz. The remaining orcs, how are you planning on contacting them before we go? Does your tribe like leave markers so that you can find each other?
Well, they're running from my tribe, so I doubt they would have followed anything like that. They're probably just scattered to the wind. Have to just search for them the
But
old-fashioned way.
is there any way to like, would you normally communicate with markers or something to let them know, like where resources are or
So, typically, once somebody joined my tribe, they just followed me. We didn't split up. We attacked as a unified tide.
well, maybe there's a way to spread the word that Mugbreaker is dead and to leave messages for your orcs to make their way to Homeal.
I don't think I can go back to Homo. I think I have to stay here and find my people. Get them through the gate.
You could let them go to Homeal and lead them from there to the gate.
That's
Homeal is a safe place for them to gather. Think
It's
about
not a safe road for lone orcs to travel. Most people would shoot them on sight.
Well, this is true, but if the orcs that have survived what has happened here to the rest of your tribe, these particular survivors would be very good at hiding and staying out of sight. They would have the best chance, if anybody.
I know this is the winter camp. Are there any other campsites I would know about?
Yeah, you've got a couple. You guys traveled between, depending on what season it was. Summer camp, winter camp, raiding camps near some of the larger cities.
Okay,
Oh, excuse me.
I make this proposal to Razgor. Okay. You have several camps that your tribe would travel between. What if we travel to these camps to look for survivors? It would make sense that they might try to go there because that would be where they could find supplies. And agree to meet in Homeal. To be very honest, after having faced down one particular nasty like this, I'm not all that comfortable with the idea of you wandering off on your own again, just in case another vampire decides to take your head for a spin. So if it's okay with you, I will go with you and we can check out the camps, and if we don't find anything, sort of leave a message or a calling card, and then we head back to Homeal and meet everybody there.
I
And any survivors that we pick up travel with us. That way they aren't traveling alone, and it's not just orcs. So I could possibly act as a spokesperson for you as long as you kept your hoods up, and we can travel back to Homiel. And if worst comes to worst, then there are at least 2 fighters to protect them. Unless there's anybody else in the party who'd like to come with us as well.
I have no reservations if you or y'all care to company, but last time I left my people alone, this happened. I can't leave them alone again until I get them somewhere safe.
That's why we get them to Homiel. Homiel is at the moment, I would say, pretty much the safest place for everybody, I think.
I need to get them home.
But isn't this their home?
This Cleef's got a point. This is where they were born. This is where you were born. Like it or not, this is home, and Homiel can be an actual home. If you go through those blood gates, how do you know that your people that you're not going to be spending the next 1,000 years wandering around there too without a home? That was the place where your ancestors came from, not you. God, I'm gonna have to roll a persuasion check, aren't I?
Doesn't work on players.
Oh, thank fuck.
So you don't have a persuasion fight?
You gotta persuade him with words. It's even harder.
This is home. This is where you live. This is where you were born. And God's willing, this is where you will die. This is where your people have born. This is where your people have lived for the last how long? Homiel can be their home. What did we say when we started? What does Cleef say whenever we walk into a town?
Which way to the nearest inn?
That too.
What are white women at? I will gather my brethren up, and once I have found the lost, then we will decide where to go.
It's fair, I suppose. Still not that keen on letting you travel alone, though.
Oh man, it's gonna make such a great big bad evil guy.
Hence the not wanting him to travel off alone. The last thing we need is, oh, we're going off on the next place, and oh, look, there's a great, oh god, it's Razgor. Oh god, what's happened to him? Ah!
Surely I'd never do something.
Yeah, I kept that health regeneration, right? That's still ticking.
As long as you don't like the sun.
But as I said, y'all can either go back to Homeal and consider your search for the stones, or come with me. But I have to save what's left of my race.
Cleef votes stones.
Unfortunately, for the grander scale of things, I think the stones are more important to me.
Yeah, I'm for stone / Homeal, to be honest.
Well, I've already told Razgor that I'm... Okay, I will... fuck. Okay. Brienne is going to go with Razgor. She's not comfortable with the idea of him getting stab happy again.
Razgor's a changed orc. He'd never just go stab happy. Except if elves are involved.
The multiple scars in her or in and around the kidney area attest otherwise.
Okay.
So because
but
Razgor stabbed the shit out of you, you want to be alone with them.
She at this point she'd
rather
rather.
Art just through her kidneys. It's obvious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you guys split the
no,
party.
so-
You're going to
so-
follow
yeah.
Razgor. All right.
I
So-
tell Brienne it's noble what you're trying to do, but I've almost killed you 3 times over. You have no duty owed to me.
I am still standing 3 times, and I'm still standing.
Razgor's really bad at this job.
I cut her down. No.
As
Okay, so
Brienne looks at, it's not about duty. Just as you seek your tribe, you have become a member of our tribe. Homiel is our tribe.
Shrimp, I won't stop talking. Let's just go.
so while you
Yes.
guys are having like a tearful manly moment there between
Everybody
Brienne
else
and
fucks
Wilfred.
off.
Yeah, you look back and there's just like a
We just
faint
don't realize that
Dust.
Brienne has the biggest crush, which is why she's like, "I won't leave you, Razgor."
Tusk love is like her favorite.
Oh, yeah.
the forbidden love, between an orc and a noble woman.
Those tusks have got like some seriously practical uses.
Once you go green, it hits your spleen.
That is horrifying. Okay, so you guys.
Well, it gives new meaning to the term lay on hands, doesn't it?
Okay, this is a thing I want to say to Razgor before we leave.
Sure.
Well, I hope good luck in your future endeavors. And I basically, what's the word? I basically just hold out my hand to just give him a handshake.
I'll grab it.
Really, I hope you good luck. And also, I take out a small wooden box that has playing cards inside of it. I think you'll need this more than I will. Use it well, and hopefully you learn what stealth means. Because you will need it to survive. And I give him the Deck of Illusions.
Oh shit. Okay. Deck of Illusions. How many charges did yours have, lady?
32.
Jeebus.
Does the amulet have a thing made for it?
It is just an amulet.
Okay.
It's not an item you need to attune to or anything like that.
I take a piece of some of the dirt of the surrounding area because I need that as a. Does that count as an object for the?
So say you pick up a pebble. It's fine.
Okay, I'll pick up a pebble, put it in the pouch
You're
somewhere.
gonna start to have to like label your pebbles soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. For now, it's just unlabeled pebble because it's just where we're gonna be going back to. It's just the same point. I don't need to.
Before I let go of Shrimp, I tell him to let oh god, I forgot their names.
The Daves.
The Daves.
They're not the Daves anymore. They got promoted.
But you forgot their names.
They tell Adric and Alec they are in charge of Homiel's security now, and I may return.
All right, I'll give them the message. They have been promoted once again.
Promotions just raining down. All right. So leaving Brienne and Razgor, I hope you have extra characters. You guys once more utilize the stone. Lady, I believe you need to roll a D100. I need to.
I
need to.
do.
I need to
Oh,
roll a D100.
Oh, the
Roll
DM.
a D100.
Yes.
Let's see. Destination similar to you, with the same plane of existence. Whatever. Scene spell. Okay, whatever. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Let's see where you guys end up. Hopefully in Homiel. What is that?
Suddenly, I'm really glad I'm not teleporting.
You gotta see Shrimp hold up the yellow orb above him. It flare into light, and when the light has disappeared, it's just Brienne and Razgor left behind. And you guys find yourself arriving in Homiel. Popping down in the middle of the town square. Startling a horse, causing Lung to scream out, "Ah!" and dropping a deer that was half eaten.
A horse?
No, deer. Startling a horse, not the one that Lunk is eating. Causing him to drop a deer, and generally causing a commotion as the three of you just appear with a bright yellow flash in the middle of Homiel.
Hello, people of Homiel. I have learned how to do this.
Most of the people looking at you are not the usual Homiel folk. You know, just a
Oh,
lot of,
your new faces. However, I'm
you
still.
see a lot of new, much nicer clothing. People that appear to be wearing leathers for the most part. A lot of very high boots, like fishermen use out in the lake, and a lot of surprise. Just like, what the hell? And like muttering going on, and like heresy and witchcraft, and you know if they should
Any of
consider
Cleve's
burning you
All-Stars
lot.
in the area?
I let out the Clef All-Star summoning sound.
Which is
The sound of a backflip.
what?
Not an actual
I-
backflip. The sound.
the
I
sound-
just shout the sound of a backflip.
The sound the backflip makes on a moonlit night while 90s music is playing in the background.
That is just interesting. All right, so you arrive in Homiel and do your backflip, and you see very old gentleman push his way through the crowd. You know, like walking kind of like hunched over, but without the aid of a walking stick or anything. Oh, you're back! And you see him like pick up a random brick and like throw it at the crowd that's like formed there to watch you guys. Get on! Get out of here! Bunch of humans, go away! And like hearing this, most of the original Homiel people start popping out and slowly like ushering people on, like, come on, no witchcraft, get out of here, go about your day. There's nothing to see here. And after a few minutes, you guys are left with the pungent fragrance of Lunk, who hasn't left, and the gentle rain drizzling down from above. And a bunch of Cleef's All-Stars watching you expectantly, Cleef.
Are there more All-Stars than there were before?
You see like 2 or 3 of them like appearing, like all kind of like waiting.
I gather them all around in a circle and then backflips on 3. And everyone backflips and it's beautiful.
You guys see like some beautiful backflip choreography going on.
And then I
Homiel's much changed. I'll be with Lunk in a moment. Homiel's much changed from when you guys were here last time. The walls have been repaired. You can see a faint, to your eyes, shrimp, or the magically inclined among the party, shimmer of magical force thrumming through them. And looking out down the gates from Homiel, down the path, you can see smaller houses have been added on, more shops, and the riverfront has now just got a enormous line of barges, probably stretching almost a mile up the river, that have anchored to form a kind of a floating town of its own, almost adjacent to Homiel, that have formed there. And you can see people are busy offloading goods, haggling. There appears to be a couple of floating taverns, something that looks suspicious like a brothel, judging from the sign hanging outside of it. And there are a lot of people in town now. There are a good 800-900 people in town at the moment.
This floating stuff seems new. Is this
Yes,
before?
it seems. I don't remember the floating stuff. Also, I don't remember how long were we away.
In total, you guys were gone, including your time in there, almost 4 months, 5 months.
Okay, it's been nearly half a year, 5 months. Still, a lot has changed. Has anybody squatted in my workshop?
No, your workshop is untouched, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
There's nobody coming in, coming out. Lunk is still standing there. Hello!
Hey, like, what's up?
Hey, Lunk.
Lunk up, Lunk tall.
Lunk
Yes?
is very tall.
Lungtol! And you see him, like, take a nice bite out of the earth and chew thoughtfully. He doesn't really look surprised that you're back.
He always
Time is a
loves
very
his
abstract concept to Lunk. You see him, like, reach down, like, scratch himself lazily. And then turn around and, like, look about, and then, like, wander over behind one of the houses, and then you hear a much heavier sound of water, which is definitely not the rain.
Well, what should we first? Should we go see the Burgermeister?
Probably. Hopefully it's
So,
the
yeah,
same
let's
as
do
last
it.
time.
Well, yeah, we should probably check that first.
The military has taken over.
So, question. It's pity Razgor's not here to see. It looks like somebody has purchased some tunics for Homiel. A very light grey material. There's new chainmail in evidence. And you can see there are actually about half a dozen guards on the walls, walking slow circuits around it, and also a pair of guards flanking the gate, or leading into Homiel itself, into the interior circle, if you want to call it that.
Oh,
He
I
would
didn't
be
get,
so
my,
proud.
didn't get my change back from the day.
And they look drilled, professional. You can actually see a couple of wounds here and there. It looks like they weathered a fight fairly recently, as far as you can tell.
Well, we should go first see the Burgermeister, then we should go see the Daves, and relay the message to what's-his-face and what's-his-face that they're now in charge. Well, they were already in charge, but they're even in charger, and they should wait for Razor. That he will maybe return one day.
Maybe we should just tell him he's dead.
Nah. I made my word.
Okay, so Wilfred, do you go in with these lot to go and visit the Burgermeister, or are you heading off to your shop? Or
I'm gonna head off to where my shop was to see if people have done their clearing of the land.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll get to you in a moment. Have you, Eric, you and Random, you guys have got new character sheets handy?
Yeah, I do.
Random?
I got one that's mostly finished. I wasn't
Just
expecting
wondering.
to do it so fast.
I didn't expect Razgor to bugger off either, but it's fine.
All
like
these
my-
backup characters everyone had.
Okay, so you guys make your way into the Burgermeister's office, which has been nicely fixed up. You see one corner of it has now been converted into a safe with a heavy wooden door, which is currently standing open, and you can see the lady with the coppery hair that Razgor encountered before that's so neatly planted him on his ass, and the...
Oh, the
Dragon bitch.
if you insist. And the Burgermeister are both busy going through some ledgers, counting various pieces of coin, and look to be in deep discussion. Their backs turned to you as you enter the room, not noticing your arrival.
Hello, I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
He kind of like jumps up, "Huh!" and then like looks around, and she looks over as if she already knew that you were there. Oh, you're back, my lords!
Yeah, hello. We came for like a day or two, depending on how we feel. I learned a new thing. I can teleport now.
I don't know much about ports. I've never been on a boat, but that sounds good.
Well, not that kind of port, but yes, but no. It's fine. I don't need to explain.
We can
Well,
move really quick from one place to another, like instantly.
That sounds really useful.
It is.
We built the walls.
Yeah, I noticed. You have done very well. I assume.
Thank you.
You followed my plans, did you, right?
Yeah, we did. We followed them to the letter, I'm told. I don't know much about stone. But there was an attack. We got attacked by a big army of goblins.
Goblins? Why they'd be attacking us?
Almost like 100 of them.
It's a lot of goblins.
Yeah, the innkeeper wasn't really very happy with them. they like showed up and then told us we should surrender, and they're gonna be the boss now. And then the captain said that they already had a boss, and I think he chopped his head off. I was in the cellar at that point. And they tried to siege us, but then the innkeep set them on fire. He didn't care for them,
He's a pretty smart guy.
and he's pretty nice. And then our guardsmen shot lots of crossbow bolts at them and some bows. We have those now. We got a big dwarf caravan full of stuff. And yeah, we drove them off with only a few minor injuries. He says, like somebody reciting from memory.
Well, that is good. Well, both is not very good news because goblins tried to attack us, and also very good news that you were able to fend them off with only minor injuries. That is very good news.
It was
Whose captain got head cut off? Was it the goblins, or was it our?
no. The captain, the goblin, said he should be the boss, and then the captain of the guard said that they already had a boss, and then he got in an argument with the goblin, and then he hacked his head off. I
The
think they keep it
goblin
in the barracks
lost
now.
their head.
Yes, I think they keep it in the barracks now or something.
Trophy, I see. Gruesome, yet a great reminder.
So yeah, that happened. We had a bunch of the river folk show up. They've just kind of settled in now. They've been here for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can hardly see the river now, but they live there. They brought a lot of money, so that was nice. We cleared some farmland, like Geralden said we should do. So we got lots of farms going on. Cleared a space for Mr. Wilfred. We started building some walls and stuff because we had stone wood left, and so we thought we'd start building the buildings along. Didn't know when you'd be back, so it's not done. Yeah, it's been pretty good. We've got an inn now. I've been there. It's actually really nice. It's got a roof. Roofs are pretty nice too. Yeah. So overall, it's been a pretty. He's like trying to say the word profitable, but he's like stuttering a bit about it. Profitable about it.
We made lots of money, yes?
Yes, we've made lots of money. You want some? And then he like shows you the big strong room behind him that they're busy.
No, it's fine. Just make some kind of note as to how much I would technically be owed. Which I don't know. We never said that, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine for now. I don't need to carry cash. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I would like to inquire as to why there's floating stuff outside. I don't think that was there when we left.
That's the river folk that came here. They live on like big boats that are also houses, and I guess shops. They've just kind of set up shop here because one of them said we had what's that rich people were gullible people? So they've been selling us lots of stuff. And we've been selling them lots of stuff, lots of money.
Well, that seems good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We left your shop house thing. It's locked, but you have the key, I think.
Yes.
Nobody's inside. Where's the rest of you, though?
Oh yeah, Razgor and Brienne. We had some little issues during our travels, so they're going to not be coming for a while.
Maybe ever.
Okay.
Probably. Well, let's not be negative. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I hope so.
And
yes,
Brienne is still
here.
recovering from being cutting in half.
Yes, because
Hearing that, like, both the shopkeeper and him are both just kind of like, wait, what? Sorry, cut in half?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a story. You know those crystal thingamabobs we found? You know, putting two
Funny
of them
story,
together.
Oh,
Bit of a story that. Yeah, putting the two crystals together always isn't the best idea. You know, explosion, cut in half.
But they're okay now, right?
Yeah, they're back together in two pieces. One piece. One piece, yes, one piece.
Together. Okay, that's good.
More or less.
There's also some strange people waiting for you at the tavern.
For me specifically, or for us?
They said they were called here.
What? By who? What are they?
A higher power, I take it.
Oh, that's odd. Well, let's
I
go.
look at shrimp. Competition.
I don't understand religion.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
We should probably go see the our guard boys now to tell them that they've in fact been promoted.
Okay, so you head over to the barracks.
I'll be right back.
No problem. While you do that, Wilfred, you head out to your shop.
Yes.
The basics of walls have been constructed for you. Area's been cleared out nicely. You can see at the rear, there's like a bunch of coal that has been piled up for you. And it looks like somebody took great pains to try and build a pretty nice structure, even though it's not completed yet.
Oh, fantastic.
What are you going to be doing with yourself?
I mean, I'm just going to be starting to work. So Wilfred has got the ideas for a steam-powered sawmill / blacksmith or forge.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're once more doing your renting labor from people thing.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, so you're basically starting construction. All right, the rest of you guys make your way through to the barracks, where you find Eric, the captain, the original Dave, is in the middle of doing some hellish strength training, you can only assume. Whole bunch of sweaty men that are busy doing push-ups with enormous stone blocks on their backs, trying to force them down while they're doing that. And in your esteemed opinion, looks like an excellent way to pick up a shitload of injuries. And he is yelling at them in his best impression of Razgor, informing them about how they ain't green enough to be orcs and are weaklings and they need to get strong. And there's a lot of confusion, but mostly just pain and exhaustion in their eyes, and also determination. You see here and there some new, fresh wounds, but wounds that have scabbed over for the most part here and there, some thinner scar tissue. Most of them seem to have seen some action recently.
Razgor left, but little did he realize that these are his people.
These are his people. As you step into the room, Eric's like, "Oh, you guys are back! Where's the boss?"
Ah, yes, that is why we're here. I am here to inform you you have been promoted again.
What's up?
You are now the boss.
I'm the boss?
Yeah, you're the boss now. Well, boss, as in, you're the captain of the guard, but you're double captain now. I don't know how military ranks
I
work.
think it's Captain +1.
Captain +1? Yeah, that sounds official enough.
So I'm the +1 now.
Yeah, you're the +1 now. Register won't be coming back for a while, and he isn't here. We had a bit of a mishap. He tried to find his tribe, found the tribe. It kind of died, but not all of them. So he's trying to find them.
Oh, are you gonna help him?
No.
No.
Oh. Okay then.
Well, Bian is. That's why she's not back either.
Oh, okay, that's good. Alright,
So we didn't
so I'm the +1 now.
So, yes, you're a +1. You're a captain +1 now. I think that means you're major?
You all owe me drinks! And you see all the other guys like, ah, shit, no. I'm gonna drink so much tonight.
Well, yeah, I also heard that there was a little bit of a scuffle with some goblins.
Oh, he came and talked mad shit, and then I cut his head off.
Good stuff.
It's the first time I hit someone that actually bleed. It was kind of weird.
Don't let no invaders try and take Hungil from us.
No, I cut his head, off. I think the strength training might have done it, because the other guy said, usually you hit a head and, it kind of gets stuck. You don't actually cut the head off. But I just took it clean off. Like a golf ball.
Yes. This is
Also,
obviously
you should play golf. We have golf now.
golf.
The guys on the river, they bring the golf. It's a pretty fun game. You should play.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
You hit like a ball. You hit it really hard as you can.
That's excellent. Keep at it. Whatever you're doing, and whatever Ascar has taught you is obviously working. I must commend you on your successful defense of Hamiel. I'd give you a medal if I had one.
Oh, thank you.
We should actually talk to the Burgermeister about that. We should start making these people medals and stuff so we can give them, commendations and shit. I'm saying this to, like, to my party, kind of like with a more quiet voice.
I think we could always just make them speed suits like mine.
That's not nearly as, militaristic.
I think you'll find, looking at my speed suit, it has got a built-in little slide rail where you just slide medals in.
Very true. It does in fact have one of those. Also on the back.
Yeah, I plan to make these with, modularity for medals.
You got to remember that these
I think there's
people
one
have
on, like,
owned.
the knee as well.
These people have only seen those like weird, barely worth anything, like copper coins. You could just put a silver coin on a string and tell them it's a medal, or a gold coin.
Okay.
Right.
So, anything else?
What else? Let's go talk to the shady people.
Can I check in with the All-Stars first? I just want to see if they've needed to use Douglas at all.
No, that's fine. Let's go.
Sure. You go look around for the All-Stars, and eventually you are directed to Graham, the old lady that you left Douglas with, as a symbol of her authority. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we used Douglas. We used him a lot. He killed like 50 goblins." You just like, and she makes like horrid like sucking sounds with the like teethless lips, just like right inside, and then just drown the little bastards right in him.
So Douglas is as effective as the entirety of the town guard. That's good to know.
It was pretty good.
All right, you hang on to him, Graham. You keep training the All-Stars.
And you see like the bowl that Douglas is normally in is currently filled with something that even from across the room you can smell is very strong alcohol that she's busy drinking.
I don't know if Douglas has a liver, but I don't want it damaged. Please
She's
try not to
literally
kill him.
She salutes you with the bowl and like drinks from it. You just hear sounds like a dog with a whole bunch of like peanut butter smeared in the inside of its lips. It's fairly horrifying.
Oh, thanks, Graham. you keep recruiting more All-Stars.
Oh, we got all sorts of people who came in on the boats. They didn't believe us until I backflipped right off the wall.
The town wall.
The town wall!
That's a big backflip. Holy
It
shit,
was
that's a big
pretty
backflip.
great. I did like 7 of them before I landed.
Pretty good, Graham.
Thought so. And he drinks like more alcohol out of her bowl. Yeah, you don't want to know how many levels of monk Graham currently has.
Many.
Too many. So,
To the inn!
Yeah. checked with the Daves.
The inn with
Shop,
shady
checked with the
people.
Burgermeister. You've checked with Graham. You make your way to the inn. The inn has expanded substantially since the last time. 2 of the walls have been replaced with stone. There appears to be an actual roof that has been constructed. You can see windows above the inn. More importantly, you can see a outdoor, like a, not a veranda, but like a roof has been constructed on the outside so that people can sit on benches that have been erected, like wooden trestles that have been erected outside. And you can see there are probably a good 30 people sitting outside in the cool rain air. Most of them day laborers farmers, that kind of thing, all busy drinking. You can see 3 or 4 different waitresses and waiters passing around the area now, bringing drinks out. And the interior is warmly lit. A big trench has been constructed, a stone trench in the middle of the floor that passes from the front door all the way to the counter that is filled with low coals, and you can see spits with deer, pots full of porridge and stew, and even a couple of loaves of bread that are slowly browning that have been set in pans on the coals there. Slowly sitting there cooking, providing food for the hungry inhabitants of the inn. And at the back, behind the counter, still lounging on a giant crate, you see Draenog. And a new addition to the back of the bar. An enormous cask, ceiling mounted, with a little hose attached to it, and a silver spigot, from which he is serving the thirsty patrons of this bar. As you step inside, he sees you and waves you over. Come on, come on, come on! Got a new one for you to try. Doesn't seem like he's even cared that you've been gone. What about you, Wilfred? Are you also coming into the inn along with Shrimp, or are you off doing other things still?
No, I'm just doing my thing, to be honest.
Shrimp, you going in?
Yeah, I'm still going. I'm going to be sure who these, suspicious people are.
He pumps 2 gigantic, I would call them flagons, but that's really doing a disservice to flagons. You'd guess he could probably put like a good 2.5-3 liters of beer in one of these. And like slams them down on the counter in front of you, Shrimp, and you... Try this! Fresh off the mushrooms!
Alright.
I chug it.
Make a constitution saving throw for me.
I use my legendary resistance to pass.
Aww. It's a really tasty beer. Probably the best beer you've ever tasted. It is a warm summer day. What about you,
Pretty
Liddy?
good.
I don't remember if I... Because it's been so long since it came up. Did I say I have no mouth?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting there like, yes, this looks good. I think.
Just pour it over yourself.
That seems like I think that's a weight of beer.
Cleef,
I don't know what to do.
your friend
drink
Shrimp
his.
is having some... You should Shrimp reach over, drag it closer to him, and then just start to chug, 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 until it's gone. Make another constitution saving throw for me.
I have resistance against poison.
Make it with advantage.
Very high.
Just as good as the first one. It is absolutely delicious. Oh man, you only got to experience half the beer. So, what can I do for you lot? I've got some weirdos waiting upstairs for you.
Well,
Oh yeah, chemistry of weirdos, and obviously you. It's been a while.
to celebrate our return, a round of this new stuff for everyone.
This stuff is expensive, eh?
How expensive for a round we talking?
Because you're a startup investor. Say, 2 silver pieces.
Done!
You pay the man, and you're, yes! Everybody starts getting their drink served. And you hear a lot of, oh god! When people take their first sip of the drink. I love this stuff. You see somebody like abruptly get up, stumble, and then fall down, and immediately like start sleeping.
Lightweights.
Razgor would have loved that.
It's pretty good stuff. Made it myself. You know how long it took me to figure out how to grow these shrooms?
At least 4 months.
Oh yeah, I do so much magic, but now they can grow on their own. Got a whole swath of the forest growing them.
I'll just make sure that lung doesn't get to them.
Oh!
I'll be
No,
right back.
he definitely hasn't.
Insight.
Oh. Well, that
Rasgor rolls insight across the country.
we put a pin on that. Yeah, these suspicious people, shady people, you were saying. When did they arrive? What they were about? Anything you know? Did you?
Start wandering in about, I don't know, a week or so. Got a big fella. Very big fella. Really big. Asgore is small compared to this fella. This is a big fella.
That's a pretty big boy.
Yeah. He's here. He's upstairs.
Rasgor busts through the wall. What?
What? Where is Asgore's character sheet? I don't even see him here. What is Asgore's new race even? I don't even know what Asgore's new race is, incidentally.
He's a human.
Is he a human? And then one of you human fellows doesn't say much. Well, another one of them is also. But yeah, they're upstairs. Been keeping him out of sight.
Alright, we'll go talk to these peoples. If they've been waiting for us.
Last round, Cleve.
Yeah.
Fills up your cake again. Your glass cake. Your
Plastic.
enormous mug for you.
I chug
It's a
it.
small keg.
One last save for me. Damn that poison.
Didn't know this time.
14.
That's a fail. You see the entire world like suddenly invert, and all the colors like flip and go inverted. And you're just filled with this really pleasant buzz. It's like you've just had like a full body massage, and you're just lying down now with a toweling you off. It is the perfect room temperature. It's neither too hot nor too cold. You're completely relaxed. And somewhere you can hear like a choral hymn playing. You're not sure from where it's coming, but you can hear it. This is some good stuff.
I then attempt to make my way upstairs with shrimp.
You do so with perfect grace and poise to your eyes. Shrimp, you see your friend stagger a lot, like quite severely, up the stairs towards the top floor, where you can see there have been some neat wooden rooms created. Grand total of 6 of them to take up the top part of this bar/inn. And the very first one is standing open, and in the interior you can see a very, 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 very large humanoid, greyish toned skin, sitting on an awkwardly small stool that seems to have been reinforced a couple of times by now, and still seems to be creaking ominously under his weight. The room actually looks like it's undersized for him.
Hey, Cleve, you went past. It's sort of this room over here.
Cleve continues walking.
Cleve, Cleve, over here. Cleve. God damn it! You guys waited there for a moment.
Cleve is gonna Cleve is just feeling so good. He's just gonna sit gargoyle like on the banister.
You see Cleve unsteadily like climb out the window and like onto the banister and like just almost falls occasionally, catches himself, and just perches. Just
I need somebody who's actually good at, being charismatic. And the closest thing to that, stop being drunk. Okay, how do I undrunk people?
Neutralize poison.
I do
Cleric spell. So, Shrimp, you're left to your own devices.
Well, can I? Okay, well, fine. Cleve, I'll go talk to these people. You good? You good there?
Cleve climbs onto the roof.
Don't fall down, Cleve. You're drunk.
Okay, so, Ermac, describe it.
God. I go back to the room. I'm like, hello. My companion's on the roof now, but it's fine. He's very good at backflips.
I sort of just raise an eyebrow at you and very just calmly.
What do you look like?
Who are you? Sort of. Well, we've covered big. Sort of no hair on the head. Sort of a skin tone is sort of like a greenish grey. The skin that you can see that's not covered in armor. Yeah, just very
An amorphous grey blob with armor on.
something like that. Yes.
Gelatinous cube with a breastplate.
That's what it sounds
Can
like.
we wait? We can play gelatinous cubes. That's a thing.
Yeah,
I want a new character sheet.
Human shaped, but a lot bigger than any human you've likely ever seen, and also the color of the skin is also a bit of a giveaway that I'm not completely human. Definitely not an orc. I'm a lot bigger than an orc as well. 7'8".
You're wearing
I'd say
high
that.
heels.
No, there's no orthodontics involved here. Oh, sorry, orthotics. Sorry, what do you call them? The lifts.
Foot biggers.
Whatever. Whatever it is that it is called. Heavy set. You can sort of like in the room, you can sort of see off to one side against the wall is the equipment you see. Nothing out of the ordinary other than me. I'm just sitting very, very, very carefully on the little chair and it trying to drink beer out of a mug that basically looks like I'm trying to drink out of a children's teacup at the moment. And I very calmly just, who are you?
Hi, my name is Shrimp. I've been told that you're looking for the group. Since we don't have a name, unfortunately, or I simply forgot. As you can see, unfortunately, our numbers have dwindled slightly.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking for anybody as such. I was just called here.
Oh, you were called here, that's what you
Something
said.
called me here. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I have been waiting for a week.
I have no idea what that's about. But hello. Welcome to home, Neil. I'm sure somebody's giving you an introduction.
Yes, the interesting little man at the bar has been very helpful.
I'm sure he has. Hello to you as well. Hello. I don't know why you're here, but we were told we should probably talk to you.
Talk to me about what?
No, I'm talking to the other person in the room.
Oh,
Is there another person in the room with me?
I didn't know there was another person in the room with you.
Oh,
It's invisible!
Well,
I
I'm just
assumed that
curious.
there was. I'm sorry that I did not use my eyeballs. Is there only the big man here?
Unless Big Man is having a conversation with other men.
Which we could have been. I mean, if we've been here
I
for a
don't know.
week, France, we would have been. Other man? Have we been chatting at all?
other man hadn't finished his backstory and stuff yet, but yeah, sure.
Well,
I don't think we'd have been rooming together. We're not kissing cousins, but
Hell no.
yeah, I would have chatted with you if you approached me. I would have. Do you have any? Would you have been open about talking about religion? Like, do you have a god that brought you here, or?
I just felt a call here. Something called me here. I felt this irresistible pull that I needed to be here.
Uthai sent you to aid me.
So is there another person in the room, or have I just gone insane? Or was I just talking to the big man here? I'm very confused.
Well, for now, let's just say to the big man, and then when other man is there, I can show you to the other man's room. There is another here that said he felt the same pull that I did.
Oh yes, because I was told there were two people, and I assumed there were two people in this room, but I assumed that it's just the cold rack over there. I thought there was a person brooding in the corner. You know, people do that occasionally. Or it's just a cold rack.
It's a gold
Come with me,
stick.
and I get up off the chair and walk out the room. Or before I get to the door, I sort of just motion to Shrimp to out into the passage, because there's no way I'm going to get past him to get out the door.
Oh yes, of course.
Thank you.
I'm not the slimmest either. I am fairly wide.
Step out, and which room is our new traveling friend in?
I assume you would know since you picked
No,
one.
that's why I'm asking. Is like,
Pick
which
one.
room do I go to?
Just the room. We just go to the room.
Room 2.
Yeah.
Go
Room 2.
to-
I knock on the
enter.
door and call out, "You decent?"
The door slides open, and then it's just darkness inside the room.
This fellow over here says he wants to talk to us.
Yeah, I heard you guys were like called here or something.
Yes.
Like we were called here like was it a year ago? I don't remember anymore. Some time ago. But by actual people, so hi, hello.
So you are the ones seeking the Godstones.
What now, Stones?
The Godstones.
I mean, we're seeking stones, but I'm not sure if they're gods. Oh, technically they're god stones. So yeah. Yes, sure. That's well, me. Unfortunately, my party has lately lost numbers recently. Ish. I'm still waiting for a name. I'm Shrimp. Hello. I forgot to say my name.
Stand up and step out of the darkness, and I am
Oh,
Deuce
very
Tenebrae.
Hello, Tenebrae.
Uthe has sent me to aid you.
Cool. I don't know who Uthai is, but that's very cool of him. So, did they give you any other instructions?
No, just said I felt that they wanted me to aid you in collecting and destroying these stones.
Well, I mean, okay, collecting definitely a good part, but we'll talk about the destroying part later. We'll first need to find them. So, yeah, hi, this is very awkward. I introduced you to one of my fellow compatriots, but I think he's on the roof.
Just from the
And I
roof above you, just
I just like look up and just stay quiet for a while and just like waiting for him to like slide down and like hit the dirt.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Shrimp, but at any point throughout these conversations, have you actually given your name?
Yes, I said both times I gave my name at the beginning.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, cool. So, are we now standing outside looking up at Clef on the roof?
Well, no, we're still inside like whatever hallway leads into the rooms. Just like I'm just kind of waiting for like. Okay, yeah, he didn't fall down. He's pretty good at agility, even though he's incredibly ass-blasted drunk right now.
He got it. He was offered the cask.
Yeah, that thing.
Ah,
He
Good stuff,
drank
yeah.
like 3 of them. Like, yeah, just chugged 3 of them.
How pedantic.
Okay. So,
is there anything else?
no, I don't understand how this works. So, cool. So, if you want to come with me,
Let us meet in the morning again when you're.
yeah, that's gonna be cooler.
Friend. is himself again.
Yeah,
I bid you good night.
Yeah, that would probably work better. There's also one more of us, but he's, I think he went to a shop or something. He's called, Wilbur? Wilbur? Definitely Wilbur. Something along.
Very well.
And the other
Good
one
night,
on the roof is called
Sir
Keith.
Shrimp.
Yeah,
We can make introductions in the morning.
yeah, sure. Yeah, fine. Bye.
Good evening.
Ah, yes. 3 socially awkward characters. Fantastic.
There's no way this is going to go badly.
Cleve is the most well-adjusted person in the party now.
Oh no.
Hear from the roof. Scream! Leave it to gargoyle now.
Okay, so, Shrimp, what do you do for the rest of the day?
I go back to my workshop.
Is it daytime or nighttime? I thought it was nighttime when they got to home meal.
Well, I mean the rest of the day, so to speak, as a colloquialism.
Ah,
For the rest
okay.
of the time until day dawns, morning dawns. Hippo, you're gonna pass
yeah.
out on the roof, unfortunately, in the rain.
Yeah!
Scree! Wilbur, you're still just making good use of the local labor pool, I take it, to start erecting
I'm being
your
industrious,
construction.
yes.
And Daddy, what are you industriousing?
Well, I mean, I'll probably just go and see how my things are going. I don't think I can reset my, or start making my paper yet, since that needs a lot more time, and I don't know how long we're gonna be here. I assume, like, a day or two.
I don't know.
So I'm just gonna, look at the things, look at the printing press, maybe make some more plans. And continue writing my, Basics of Mathematics volume. I think I'm probably done with volume 1 now, so I'll probably go to volume 2.
Okay. So, the rest of the evening passes uneventfully. Those of you who need sleep, sleep. Those of you who don't need sleep, don't sleep. Morning dawn. Still rainy. Grey. Overcast. Cleve, you feel filled with a sense of well-being after your blackout power nap on the roof of the building. You are very cold, though. And wet. But feeling pretty good about the world, overall. Like, yeah, it was pretty nice.
I need me another one of them drinks.
You start clambering off the roof. Wilfred, you have constructed far enough during the evening to actually have a roof over your abode or place of work that you have been constructing.
Oh, yeah.
Letty, you have several more plans and all sorts of things. So, what are you all up to on this fine morning?
Well, go collect our troop,
We're
and go for proper introductioning.
I'm downstairs in the tavern having breakfast with my new companion, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd be downstairs with him.
Ivan.
He's eating breakfast, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Wilbur, Cleve, and Shrimp. You arrive. Shrimp, introductions.
Introductions, what?
Between your friends and the new...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go there. Hello again, people from last night who were called here. It is me, Shrimp. It's your boy. This here is, this here, and I point to Cleve, is, Cleve, the one on the roof from last night. He's, less drunk now, so he should be able to speak for himself. And I point to Wilbur. This is, Wilbur, specifically, well, you point on your old name if you want to.
Morning.
Good
Name's
morning.
Mr. Wilfred.
Greetings. I am Deuce Tenebrae, and he stands up and has his helm kind of under his arm. He's in looks like plate mail. It's actually Vanta black, that black that's so dark it looks two-dimensional almost, with gold trim outlining all the edges. I've come to help serve and collect these godstones and dispose of them. They're a disease in the land.
Dispose of them. They seem to do
yes.
wonderful things. But hello, I shake your hand. I've kind of waistcoat on, and I'm wearing these heavy work gloves. Who is your friend here? And I gesture towards the giant grey person.
I stand and introduce. I am Thyron. I am known as Thyron. And I've too felt a pull to this place, but for what purpose I could not tell you.
Yes, there seems to be a lot of opportunity in Homeal.
It does indeed. And I sit back down very carefully and continue with my breakfast.
Well, I too will go get breakfast, for I've been working.
I have no mouth and I cannot eat. Yeah, also, Cleve, you're supposed to introduce yourself. Supposed to be the more, personable person.
Cleve's got like a little blackboard out and he's writing up a new exercise routine. It's very important that I, leave an updated exercise regime with the All Stars.
So y'all already have a plan of actually y'all know where the next stones are?
Oh yes, we were in the middle of our road trip until bad stuff happened, and some of our comrades so I wouldn't call abandoned us. They have more pressing matters to attend to. But that's a longer story, and we can.
Oh, we have the time this morning. Tell us your tale.
Oh, my tale, or are you talking about the tale of why we lost a couple of our party members? Oh, Jesus, that was loud.
Well, perhaps both, unless you have somewhere pressing to be.
Long story short about the team members, one of our group was an orc. He had, the tribe, which he had left in care of one of his lieutenants. We adventured around, then heard rumors of bad stuff. Long story short, his entire tribe is dead, mostly. But there's some survivors who's looking for them, and, gonna find them a home, I think. And one of the other group decided to go in with him, because leaving him on his own seemed cool.
And will they be returning here?
Probably at some point. However, that might take a while.
I see.
And I'm a shrimp. Hello, I'm not a shrimp. I am shrimp.
So you have said.
Long story short, kind of like a wizard, can do kind of magic stuff. Or somebody called it witchcraft, but that's not witchcraft. That's a completely different thing. I'm a robot. You can see that, and I also talk.
Wow, the weather just got real bad.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, what is the weather like this morning?
It's a storm.
It's very rainy. Heavy clouds, thunder, mist.
So it's dark out.
It's fairly dark, yes.
I smell bullshit afoot.
Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. This is a weird feeling. I feel like something may be afoot. Or it's just a thunderstorm affecting my systems. Either or.
I'm Cleve, I do backflips.
He introduces himself. It's like 2 minutes too late.
Chief who does backflips.
I buy these strange new people some of the new drink.
Sure.
No. Good. Just get them drunk
Wilfred,
instantly.
you should try one of these as well. I get one for Wilfred as well.
Okay.
Your tavern, your drinks are served, Mentalgent. Those of you who wish to drink it may do so and roll your constitution saves.
D says, thank you, but I find alcohol unnecessary.
I drink his.
So anyway, since I assume
I take a hefty swig back. Constitution save 20.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's probably the best thing you've ever tasted.
It's like, thank you.
I'm going to use the legendary resistance.
Okay. It's all good.
I sort of look towards my new companions and so what's next?
well, we have to go start looking for more crystals. And to bring up to your speed, I like take out like the crystals out of my bag or whatever hidden location I keep most of them. I bring out all of that I have. I think I have the burnt orange one, the red one, my one, and the purple one.
The yellow one.
The yellow one?
Is in position of
Should be shrimp because he used it
Wilbur
to
at the moment.
teleport.
Yeah, the orange one is what shouldn't be used to teleport, and the chunk embedded in the amulet is the one that Wilfred has got. Mr. Wilfred has got. It's the yellowish.
No, the amulet now is with Razgor. I got the blue one. I mean the green one.
You got the green one, yes. Okay, yes. Technically, Razgor has the amulet. Oh no. Okay. That is fine.
Don't
Hello,
worry, Razgor now has a reason to come back to the party.
I realized me and Brian have the amulet and the dawn hammer.
Well then.
Well,
Can't we say that we gave them to the party like amidst a
Why
temple
would you
party?
give us to? Why would you give them to us? You
we
need
can't.
I specifically
Yeah,
asked for the amulet.
None of us can use the dawn hammer.
I specifically asked for the amulet so I could open up the portal to
Oh yes, that's right.
the Bloodgates.
Okay.
Well, don't worry.
and
That just
The
gives
Wilfred has
DM,
got the green one.
the DM will work something out.
I ain't working out shit. It's up to you guys.
So anyway, this is the kind of crystals we're looking for. Some of them are no longer in my possession. So, Wilfred has one of them. It's a greenish one. They all have different kind of effects. Generally speaking, they're bad ones, and you don't want to touch people with them. But yeah, there's one of these is mine, and actually take that one and instantly pocket it. But yes, this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. We already kind of know where they are, and we're already on a road trip to locate all of them. So if you want to tag along, then that's fine.
Of course, they are all, and he does air quotes, bad ones. They're an affront, and I hope I can convince y'all to destroy them as we travel.
Well, I mean, they tend to be bad when they're in bigger form, but once you crack them a little, they tend not to be so bad. But yeah. But anyway, the point is to get rid of them in the specific areas. So yeah, that's why we're collecting them, so they are no longer a danger in the hands of bad people, and just not damaging the environment in general. So, yeah, what else were I
Plus,
say?
making them go bye-bye normally results in fairly hefty explosions.
Is also very true.
That should
There has
inform
been
you.
already some of them have already been destroyed by our hand and the hand of others.
And my mouth.
That sounds wrong, but sure. I mean, it's technically correct, but once you say it without any kind of context, it sounds really weird.
It is quite impressive.
I blew one up with my mouth, and it corrupted an entire species.
We're not sure about that one.
And y'all don't think these stones are bad?
Well, if I hadn't blown it up, then it wouldn't have mutated the species.
Well, they're not bad per se. It's like lightning. It's not bad just because it exists and sets forest fire. It's just a power. But we can talk about that later because we still need to get them out of hands of people because they have been doing some bad shit. Anyway, I take those crystals and put them back in safekeeping. Yeah, that's about it. We also helped Harville become what it is today. It was largely thanks to us, and obviously the efforts of people who actually built prepared the walls and stuff. And so that's basically the general backstory of us, I guess. There was some other stuff along, like murdering giant tentacle squid underneath the city, some saving dwarven kings, small stuff.
Day
Indeed.
trips.
Well, I see no reason why we won't make a formidable and efficient team. Let's go. And Deuce gets up and walks out the door.
Yeah, okay, but
He knows where he's going.
no, and also we don't need to walk.
Yeah, I don't think he knows where he's going.
I don't think he knows what we can actually. Well, he's probably never heard of teleportation. Have you ever heard of teleportation, Mr.
Byron,
Yes, Byron?
I
Byron?
have heard of such magic. Amongst my own people, it is said that some costers possess the ability to transport goods and people, but I've never seen it.
Hold
Ah,
on,
cool.
your people. Can I just double check here? You aren't like from a nomadic tribe where like the strongest person's in charge and
No,
you've been gone a while.
no,
Something bad
No.
could have happened.
no,
Because we've done all that before.
no. Nothing like that. You need not fear.
Cool. That's good. But by the way, Griff, out of character, does anybody actually understand like me saying "cool"? Is that a colloquialism that people use, or have I just been saying "that's cold" all this time?
You've just been saying that's cold all this time, but it's caught on amongst the younger kids. They're just like, yeah, that's cold.
Amazing.
Ooh, you're slightly below room temperature.
True temperature. Anybody have opinions on when we should continue on a road trip? Because we can already go like right
still
now.
still sitting, looking at everybody. I can leave whenever you so choose.
Okay. Please, Wilfred, you got any timetables?
I'm not going to be able to join the next 2 weekends anyways. Mr. Wolford is going to do his own project for the next couple of weeks while you guys do a trip.
He wants to test
Oh,
out
okay.
his new steam wagon.
Oh, you have no idea.
Chopper us that way.
Ready to come back at Hamill is going to be leveled.
Alright, well, so yeah, you saying we should go on back on the trip without you? Should we come
Yeah,
back,
I will catch up.
back in a certain time?
Yeah,
Or you still
come back in a couple of weeks. I should be done.
Alright, cool.
We should probably go find the broody one.
Oh yeah, the black guy, I need to call it the black guy, but that's racist. The man with the dark clothing and armor. Sure, okay. Yeah, let's go.
So, brooding, dark, clerical man, what are you doing?
I got up and walked out the door and stood and walked out into the rain and looked left and looked right and realized I didn't know where I was going. But I stand stoically and wait for them to come out and Begin our great adventure.
I just
Where are you
leave-
guys going?
Can I just leave my head out? Yeah, we're leaving. Come back in.
We're-
Yeah,
we have to
we're
leave to
leaving,
leave.
get in.
Okay. While tell everybody, okay, just let me head upstairs and get my things.
So where are you guys going?
Back with the pebble.
To winter camp.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to the
Last
Pebble
chance.
Ocean.
So, by the way, because my own actual memory is bad, what was their goblin druid's name again?
Drainog.
Hey, Draynog, we're gonna be leaving again with like a flashy thing. So you just tell everybody we've already left, and like, would you mind taking messages for us?
No.
Well, you don't actually need to
Sure.
take messages. Just tell people that we left. That's fine.
Okay, man. He looks like he's on something currently.
Just remember to tell somebody that they need to tell somebody that we've left.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. And you see him like reach down to the table and like put a small dog on the table. Remind me that they're gone. And then he like turns into a squirrel.
Can I like stick my head out the door and just make the sound of like 2 backflips in the shower, and then await the response?
2 backflips in the shower. What is the appropriate response call to that?
A positive backflip, which would make it a front flip.
So definitely not a backflip off of the privy.
Okay. You hear a backflip in the affirmative.
All right. Yeah, they went. They know we're leaving.
Okay.
Alright,
I
cool.
come back downstairs. I have donned my armor and I have my weapons and gear with me.
Alright, everybody here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I count. Is Mr. Brooding Man here?
Yeah,
You good?
I
You
can.
got your stuff? Alright, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna do something that's kind of heretical to you, but whatever. I hope you're willing and ready to go.
Just
And I
close your
pull out
eyes.
the. Yeah, just close your eyes. It'll be done in a jiffy. And I pull out the orange crystal thing and cast teleport with it. Using the associate up.
Yo, wait, where are
Sorry?
we going?
Because I'm not heading with you guys, I need a bounce. But
Right.
Griffey, I'll touch base with you tomorrow or Tuesday. Just let you know what I'm going to be working on while I'm away.
It's all good, man. Enjoy.
It's basically we're using an associated object then.
It is a good thing we're using an associated object. I'm not entirely sure how this chart is supposed to work.
Permanent circle is 0 to 100, is on target. Associated object is 0 to 100 on target.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, for like very familiar, which was basically when we teleported it from
Yeah.
where we were to Homuel. It's. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, before I do that, I should probably take something from here.
I
So we can
assume
use it
you
as-
have something from your home meal already.
Okay, yeah, that makes. No, yeah, actually, that makes sense. But yes. So,
Okay.
otherwise, if you're very familiar, it's like roll D100 and 0 to 100 is mishap, etc.
You guys pop out of existence. There's a brief flash of grey nothingness that clears. And you guys are now standing inside the desolate hellscape that is the winter camp. The
So-
greenery lighted in every direction, brown, crumbling. The remains of hundreds of pyres, some of them still smoking a little bit all around you. The air choked with ash. And just, in general, one of the most god-awful places on the planet, pretty much.
So, yeah, like I said, not the greatest time we just had.
Most of this isn't our fault. Don't
No.
pay too much attention to it.
It
Like,
looks
this is kind of like a
our-
natural disaster, except it had something to do with a vampire.
Are we still alive?
Yeah, you're not dead, we're very much alive. It just looks really bad, because there was some bad stuff that happened here.
that much we can see.
Okay,
Where do we go
yeah,
from here?
we go to the thing on the map is no longer there, so what's it calling?
The map.
Yeah, that map.
So,
So yeah, we're going from
there's a little cross down to the. So we're at the R.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Wilfred on his catch up go through Plinks and check up on the robot he left there. So we should go down to that cross to the southwest of the Bloody Gates. We should start heading that way towards a crystal potentially.
Okay, so do you
Metagame,
Oh,
weren't those crosses the monastery locations?
Correct.
Oh, then
No.
ignore the small one. We head northeast to Baranovici.
Hello, Rudna has a crystal cross, right?
Yeah, it's got a big cross and a cleef next to it.
Oh no, you meant that cross. Okay, yeah. Let's go for Baranovici. And
The
then
slightly
head to
gray
Rudna.
crosses. The slightly gray crosses are the chapels, or whatever. I think this is a crystal cross.
Oh yeah, they are great, the little crosses. Yeah, big X is a crystal cross.
Okay, so should we head to Rudna or Baranovici? Why is there a C? Oh, is that a cleat thing? Then let's head to Baranovici. Then.
That's where Cleve came from.
Yes.
Yeah, let's head to Baranovici then.
Well, do we want to go there, or do we just want to go up to the furthest one away in Frodna?
Does it? I think they're pretty much equal distance from us, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's any distance that, we'll gain from going to either or first.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are going to Baranovici.
Baranovici. Yes.
Baranovici. Okay. Fantastic. That's where we will end then for today if you boys are going to go to Baranovici.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So, thoughts, ideas, and suggestions? I'm surprised that 2 people switch characters today, I'm not going to lie.
I wasn't expecting to have to switch. I thought it was just going to be a case of, like, okay, go off and do the thing and then have some time pass and meet up again later.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the party was going to be in home meal for a while. But it's all good.
Very driven to find rocks.
Yes, it's all good. Brian can always come back at a later stage.
So,
Unless
what
Raspberry
about
kills
you,
her.
Mr. Rasgor? What
Yeah,
about
he's going to have a hard time with that at the moment.
I didn't expect my entire tribe to be dead.
Well, they're not. There's tens of them left.
Possibly. Might even be as many as a dozen.
There is a percentage of them still alive.
Well, you got to remember how orcs breed. So if there's 10, there'll be 1,000 in a week.
That seems
Right.
excessive. You sure you're not confusing it with Skaven?
Oh damn, we're gonna crossbreed.
This action does not have my consent.
Ugh.
Okay. I thought that Rasgor would be filled with determination for revenge.
Well, the plan was to
Rasgor is a sad orc now.
yeah, his plan was to go revitalize his tribe and with them get the party to go straight to the Bloody Gates. I didn't realize I was gonna have to go on a Easter egg hunt, find the hidden orcs.
The hidden orc.
The
Oh,
purple orcs.
Collect
I'm
them
gonna
all
have to
to get
do-
the true ending.
I'm gonna have to roll some dice and see how many orcs are still left. How many tribes survived. And so on.
Millions.
Well, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. And then Shrimpy's not doing anything. What's his name isn't doing anything. Cleef. So it just leaves Tall, Dark, and Brooding, and Tall, Dark, and not Brooding.
Called Grey and Brooding.
Yeah.
So what are you lot doing? Just gonna follow along like lost puppies and chop things
Well-
up, or
All at this point in time, all we know is something called us to Homeal, and we are now following the lead of the people who appear to have done this before.
so how horrifying should I make Barinovici is the question.
And it is where Click's from.
I know.
Just perpetual backflips.
No,
the gate.
just people perpetually failing to do backflips forever. That's the only thing that happens there is just backflip failure.
The city of
we
a
sh-
thousand crushed spines.
We show up.
Oh,
It's
good
all
news.
just everybody's in wheelchairs.
In old age homes and also senile and not living the best life. Good news is we've finished with 2 of the 5 parts of the prophecy that you guys are currently on.
If only we could get more prophecy.
Well, you already know what the current prophecy is. You guys know what the current. You wrote it down.
Yeah, something about the grey thing.
No, that's after the one that you're currently on.
They return to their homes and do something.
Mm-hmm. So we still need to do
No,
key.
I'm gonna have to
And
keep on.
Yeah, I need to copy over all my notes from Brienne's character sheet onto this other one.
That's fine. But yeah, we still need to do Cleef and Shrimp. And who's left after that?
There is
Cleef,
still
Shrimp, Brienne.
there is still also
Yeah.
a crossover where Fane came from.
There is that. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna go too in depth for the people who don't have characters really left anymore.
We walk
But
by,
then-
there's a stone on the floor, we pick it up.
Look at that.
Oh, neat.
But yeah, like Thane stuff and so on, I'm not gonna worry about too much because never had much background to work with other than Diggy Hole. So it's fine. But yes, we still need to do Brienne things, so I don't know. Maybe we'll only have our new friends for a week or two.
That's
A
fine.
session or two while you guys are busy doing things, and then we'll have Razgor and Brienne back.
No, it's all good.
They're,
It'll.
they're here until they die horrifically.
Oh man, Brinovici is a death trap. Holy shit. You guys are gonna die 1,000 deaths.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so Deuce is gonna last for 1 session.
I'm pulling a leg. Would I do that?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That's a very vigorous yes. I'm a nice DM.
Imagine-
Razgor asked for more challenging combats, and you guys got some more
Yes,
challenging.
but you see, Razgor asked for the challenging combat, not everybody else. So
Yes.
any challenging combat should only involve Razgor.
Oh,
Okay,
that's just rude.
Well, the first one did.
The first one.
Deuce requests that all mobs feed pinatas full of artifacts.
Why did you say that?
Thyron agrees with that sentiment.
But yes, we'll be going to Brinovici. Go. Still need to finish plotting out Brinovici and figure out what the hell's going on there. This was a much larger town than Homiel was to begin with. And figure out the repercussions of that. And then we still need to do some more shrimp stuff. I think this might just be a little side quest while we wait for Brasgor and Brienne to finish up with what they're doing.
I imagine that since Brienne stuff is getting ignored, that Cthulhu just grows in power and takes over the world.
Let's just say that Lake Narak is an extremely fun place to be right now if you're a peasant.
Where was Lake Nark again? Do we
On the
know?
map, sort of halfway between Rodna and Minsk, that little X there on the river there. It actually ties in nicely because when you finish with Baranovici, because like you also had it's so open ended as to where the orcs could have gone to go hide for for ease of trying to bring them back in, they could be in that area.
No, they've suffered enough.
Not talking about the orcs. I'm talking about Brienne and Razgor.
Oh,
For purposes of bringing them back into the party, they could also have been in that area trying to see if
I
there were
promise
any of.
I promise I'm not torturing Razgor just because he's an orc.
you racist.
Why are we still here?
It's because, yeah, every party member needs to be extremely motivated for the things to come. So hopefully Razgor will be extremely motivated